Okay, so time for a new video, and if this is the first video of mine that you've seen on YouTube, then thank you very much for checking it out. Do feel free to take a look at other videos of mine on my channel if you so wish. If you have seen videos of mine before in the past, then thank you very much again for coming back and checking this one out. So, this is going to be a relatively brief video. I can't imagine it will be much longer than 10 minutes. As always, I apologise for the so-so quality of these videos and the fact that I film them all in one go, so if I waffle, apologies there. Big news in the world of the Eurovision Song Contest today, which of course is of interest to me and to all Eurovision fans, of course. We now know the host venue, city, and the dates in which next year's Eurovision Song Contest will be staged. I have this information in front of me just to make sure I don't forget anything. Tel Aviv is going to stage the 64th edition of the Eurovision Song Contest. Let me just take a look here. Tel Aviv then was in the running along with Jerusalem and a few other places. It's the second most populous city in Israel after Jerusalem. It's a very LGBTQ friendly place. It has staged Eurovision related events in the past. One of the pre-parties is there. It was founded in 1909 and it's sort of on the coast in the middle of the country. This will be the third time Israel stages the show after 1979 and 1999. Both times in Jerusalem, both times at the same venue, which was the International Convention Centre, which is very small, only has a capacity of about 3,000, simply not big enough these days to stage any sort of show as big as Eurovision. But yes, Tel Aviv then is going to be staged at their convention centre. And I'll be talking a little bit more about that in just a moment. Beersheba, Eilat, sorry. I always call it Eilat. It's Eilat, Haifa, Jerusalem, Masada, Petah Tikva, and Tel Aviv were all in the running because every year there is a short list of host cities and venues, and then that list is whittled down. In this case, it was between the capital and Tel Aviv. Jerusalem had a pretty good venue in the running. Capacity of around about 15,500, but there were issues regarding the Shabbat, which is of course the Holy Sabbath, and according to Jewish religious law, I'm reading from online here to make sure I don't mess up, the Shabbat is observed from just before sunset on Friday evening until Saturday night. The Saturday evening broadcast of the show will not conflict with this, but the Friday evening jury show and Saturday afternoon rehearsals would. Similar protests arose in the lead up to the 1999 Israeli-held competition, but then there were fewer competing teams, allowing for certain adjustments to be made to accommodate the issue. So because of this, Jerusalem was sort of considered by many Eurovision fans to be completely unrealistic. It would not be staged there, and certainly after reading about this myself several weeks ago, I thought, yes, Tel Aviv is going to get it. They're much more relaxed on this sort of thing. And so it is. Tel Aviv will stage the show at the Pavilion 2 at the Tel Aviv Convention Centre. So, the venue itself is quite modern. It says it was opened in 1959 but was renovated in 2011. Pavilion 2 was expanded just a few years ago, which is very good. It only has a capacity of around about 10,000, and if the green room is in the venue, as it has been in recent years, then the capacity will be reduced even further. Of course, you need to have room for commentary boxes and technical equipment and the stage, of course. So I do wonder whether the venue is a little bit on the small side, maybe too small. Well, clearly it's not too small because it has been chosen as the host venue, but it's going to look small, and I imagine if you are there, it's going to feel small or intimate. This is no bad thing, but certainly it will be a more stripped back contest than this year's edition in Lisbon, I'm sure. Anyway, I'm just looking at some information here. World famous musicians have performed there. 9 Inch Nails, 30 Seconds to Mars, Lady Gaga, Kaiser Chiefs, Avicii. Yes, quite a few famous musicians have performed there. And I'm looking forward to it. Tel Aviv has never staged it before. Of course, there is talk of a boycott, and I don't think we can really take it too seriously, but some countries might withdraw. That's the truth. I think it would be very silly to do so, because the contest, although you can't really avoid politics with it, during the week of the show, I think politics takes a back seat. The emphasis is very much on music and the production and the scale of the show, and different people from all corners of the continent coming together, different genres of music. It's fantastic. You are not going to get people the week of the contest really banging on about the political situation in Israel. It's not relevant. It shouldn't matter. I personally, if I was going to Eurovision next year, which I won't be because Israel is quite far away from the UK, but if I was going to Tel Aviv next year, I'd have a great time and I wouldn't feel unsafe. Even if I was in Jerusalem, I probably wouldn't feel unsafe. From what I'm getting online, the Israeli people are very friendly, very, very happy to be staging Eurovision next year, and they seem very welcoming indeed. I don't see why some countries would have a problem with that. I don't remember such uproar, if you want to use that word, when the contest was staged in Azerbaijan a couple of years ago. Human rights issues, I believe, that time. I don't remember there being many complaints in 2009 when the contest was in Russia, LGBTQ issues there. But for some reason, Israel's staging the contest. Let's complain about it. It just seems really strange to me. As far as I'm aware, the UK, my country, will be there. Denmark, I think it's the bloke in charge of the Danish delegation, somebody like that, said Denmark will definitely compete. We will not be withdrawing from next year's show, which is very good. And I think around about 24-25 countries have so far confirmed their participation. More will follow. We'll have about 40 in Israel. The only country that might withdraw is Iceland. Apparently they have had some sort of survey, and the results of that have not yet been made clear. I can see Iceland participating myself. Ireland might withdraw, but that's really only strictly religious individuals, I'd say, that really are causing a lot of ruckus. Ireland, I cannot see them withdrawing at all. But who knows? Stranger things have happened. So yes, apart from the fact that the venue is on the small side, I'm not too fussed at all. I look forward to it. I'm sure the hosts will be revealed, perhaps before the end of the year. The logo will be revealed, I'm sure, within the next couple of months, maybe before the end of October, Halloween time, and I look forward to all of it. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, and I have little else to say. It's going to be on the 14th, 16th, and 18th of May. There's a video on the official Eurovision Song Contest YouTube page which you can watch. Jon Ola Sand, the EBU executive supervisor, talking about it briefly. Yes, Israel has participated 42 times since its first appearance in 1973. It's going to be good. Will any countries withdraw? I don't think so. Let me know your thoughts. Is Tel Aviv the right choice? Should it have been Jerusalem because of the better venue? Is it a better venue? I don't know. I'm not from Israel. I have never been to Israel. So let me know your thoughts if you are Israeli. Is Israel too unsafe? Would you want to go to Eurovision next year? Let me know. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Feel free to check out links in the description. And if you want to subscribe, feel free. I don't upload that regularly, but do feel free to subscribe and leave a like if you so wish. And apologies for waffling, as always. Let me know your thoughts. Until next time, apologies if you heard my next door neighbour's dog barking as well. That always seems to be the case when I'm filming. Until next time, bye for now.